Hello everybody, Samuels Lucas here and welcome back to the Railway. Welcome back to another review. Today I'm looking at an LMS Scania locomotive, and that is this, the mainline LMS Jubilee class. And first of all, no, I'm not going balmy, but the fact that this box says Bachmann, no, the actual locomotive inside is a mainline loco. I did take it out and noticed that it did say mainline. But it's just the loco's installed in a Bachmann box. So just to make sure that if any of you got confused with that, that's why. But the actual locomotive is not the one on the cardboard box. That's the one on this one, and that is it is a preserved locomotive. So that gives you a hint, and also it is 5690 Leander in the LMS maroon colour. So yes. I've always wanted another LMS locomotive in the LMS Crimson Lake or Maroon livery, and now I do own another one. So, yes, so this is my first Jubilee class I've had on the layout, and with the fact that I've already driven one this year, I just thought, I've got to get one of those. So, yeah, it just had to be done. And also notice that on the end of the box, if I show you that now, just on that side, you can also see the fact that it has been a name has been blanked out and it's been put by 5690 Leander in LMS Red Jubilee, and from what I can tell, it says Galatea there, which is another preserved locomotive. So in fact, I've got a box for a preserve engine by Bachmann, but the locomotive inside is a preserve engine by Mainline. Interesting. Well, I guess it's all more or less it's exactly the same, just different name and different logo. But anyway, I think it's time we should take this out of the box and get on with the review. For this will be my first time looking at the Jubilee class. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so there is the mainline Jubilee class. It feels weird saying that with the fact that it's a Bachmann box, but I just know that it is a mainline loco. Now, obviously, this is a completely different livery. This is a BR Brunswick green. The locomotive that I have is an NMS Maroon or Crimson Lake livery. So that is what it is with this jagged exploded bubble, if you want to call it, or speech bubble. But anyway, I think it's time we should lift up the flap and see what we have. So ready? 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! So there is the locomotive inside the box. As you can see, I did get this for £55, which is quite a good sum price for a mainline loco. And I have to say, this loco is gorgeous. But also, I've just noticed we've got some info. I mean, this is for the Bachmann Galatea locomotive, but I'll just show in front of you. So there is some of the history about the Jubilees. So there you go. And we've got exploded diagram of the locomotive here. Do note that this is Bahamas in this diagram, which is interesting, the one I drove. You can also tell because it's got a double chimney, and if you can make it out, it has got the nameplate Bahamas on it as well. No number on this either, but anyway, the locomotive I have is Leander. Yeah, so I think it's time to take it out of its box. So I'll put the flap over, and then I will take it out. So I've already shown you inside the box, so I don't need to do that again. Put that to the side, and by the looks of it, we have got some parts. Is this the mainline one? I'm hoping it is. I'm not sure, but it could be. But anyway, there's a parts list. And there's quite a few different pieces. Obviously, not as many as modern locos, because it's an old loco. As you can see, that is exactly what the Jubilee is, so that's fine. And put it to one side. Right, there we go. Right, I think I will take the tender out first. So I'll lift it out. It's quite a light tender, by the looks of it. But anyway, there is the LMS Crimson Lake or Maroon tender. Now this is the first time I'm looking at one of these in this livery, because obviously the other type of tender I have of this is the one with Princess Margaret Rose in the Brunswick green. But yeah, it looks good, and I've noticed it's got one hook to the loco because the loco is powering this time. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I'll put this down to one side, and then I will lift the loco out. I might have to go back on this one, because I do know when I put it back in, it was quite a tight fit. There we go. And there is the locomotive, the engine. Yeah, there we go. Quite a springy front, this bit. Okay, I can see the spring on that. But yeah, there you go, 5690 Leander. I have noticed they've got a couple of people in the cab. I'll get a closer look at them in a bit. But yeah, that looks good. Let's put the tender with it. It goes into that slot, I see. But yeah, that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Lovely. Anyway, I think it's time we should get this locomotive up against the background to check out what detail we have in store for us today. Then we'll move on to some running. So I'm going to do that. So you can see both of them next to each other like that. So let's go and put this locomotive up against the background and then check out what detail we have in store for us today. So let's do that. Okay, so there is the mainline LMS Jubilee class up against the background. I have to say, for mainline loco, this has quite a bit of detail on it, which I'm actually quite surprised about. So let's get started with the front of the loco. So one thing that does spring out for me is the fact that this has two lamps on the front of the loco. Both don't work, I believe. So they're just sort of add-ons, which is quite nice to see because I don't have many locos with lamps on the front of them, unless they come with accessories and you can fit them yourself. Another thing being that, well, obviously being this a mainline loco, is that this loco does not have any sprung buffers. So let me just prove that to you. Yeah, completely plastic. But I'm actually quite surprised that the fact that it's got a little bit of scraping or just scratching on it does make it a bit more realistic, being that a few locos do have this, and like when I went behind Bahamas at Seven Valley Railway, the front of the loco, the front buffers, they had sort of large amounts of paint scratched off. That's because it has been going tender first a lot on heritage lines, and it sort of rubbed the paint off, which I do believe that makes it more realistic, that's fine. The coupling is a broad coupling, but it's not the biggest one, so it's a slightly smaller one, which is better. And obviously, being as the LMS loco, we have got lining on the smoke box door, especially on the what are they called? I can't remember the name, but we have got some lining here, there, as well as the number of the loco being mounted onto the front as well, which is lovely to see. And then we have got quite a bit of yellow lining, or another colour, but I just got yellow. A nice yellow lining all the way along the loco, which is really nice, as well as along the piston boxes, as well as the steps on the front of the loco, as well as in front of the cab as well, and around the cab, which is good to see. Going along the loco then, we have got the nice sort of, well, this sort of the older type of piston rods there, which look completely fine. As I say, the wheels do look more like Bahamas, in my opinion, because Bahamas has I think sort of white lining. I've got a feeling maybe sort of the bigger wheels, or thicker ones. But it does make me think that this is Bahamas, but when it's not. So the railings and piping, I believe that's plastic, but I think is that metal? Yes, it is. So the railing on the one on the top is metal, but the one underneath is plastic. I think that's the piping, and the rails are metal, which is interesting. As well, you have got the nameplate, Leander. I haven't seen this loco in real life, to be honest with you, but it's not in Steam at the moment because it's going in for an overhaul, but hopefully it will be out again soon. And then you've got the reverser there, same colour as the rest of the loco. And coming towards the cab, we have got the sort of the background lining on the number there. You've sort of got the black dark shadow coming off them, as well as it's saying 5XP on the loco there. As well as you can see, we have got the driver in the driver's seat, and if I go around a bit further, you can see the fireman with his shovel, which is good to see, as well as one painted cab interior part. One. I don't know why there's just one bit, but yeah, that is odd to see that. But the rest of the cab is not painted, so if I turn the light on, you can just see that there's nothing else painted in there. So just the firemen and the men and the one singular part in the cab that is painted. But yeah, which is quite surprising. The tender then, as you can see, we've got a large amount of lining around the tender, as well as a lot of rivets. There's a lot of rivets on the top of the cab there, but I have noticed that the airflow bit does not move. I've got a feeling that there should be another safety valve here, I've noticed, but it's missing, which is annoying. But at least there's one there, so I know if I do find something somewhere, I'll be able to replace it, which is good. And the tender, back to the tender then. On the base of the tender, you've got a lot of lining, especially around these sort of massive, sort of large bare massive sort of types of frames there, which is I really do like that. The axle boxes look good. There's no sort of paint, they're not painted or anything, but just left the molded colour, as well as the springs and everything. And obviously we've got small lining on the steps on each side of the tender as well. I've got quite a large amount of coal in the top, but I don't think it's not removable, so it's just part of the tender itself. And then we have got some more rivets on this side of the tender, plus with the fact that it's got the broad coupling as well as the vacuum pipe, plus with the fact that the buffers are not sprung on this side either, which is fine. This is I think it's a 4,000 gallon tender, so it's bigger than a typical Fowler tender, which is 3,500 gallons. The Jubilees were given that tender at some point in their lives, but were given their original tenders back, either in preservation or towards the end of their lives. So yeah, and also you've got these sort of pillars, aren't they? I know that's that's where the water goes into. But what could these be? Maybe steam heaters, maybe? Interesting. And yeah, looking on the top of the loco, just before I move on to the next bit, you can clearly see where the hole for the other safety valve should be, as well as is there any? Is there a bit where the loco goes apart? No, I can't see it, and I can't see any gapping in the dome here, so that's just part of the mould as well. The chimney is also part of the mould. But I have to say, I like the fact that it's slightly glossy, but this is maybe sort of a realistic effect on this logo, which is really good to see. But yeah, overall this logo is looking pretty good. But oh, I think we're in the way. But then there you go. So that's my look at the Jubilee class in detail. Now it's time to put it down to the track and see how well this runs, and see how well it's the high speeds as well as the low speeds. So let's get started with that. Okay, so there is the Mainline LMS Jubilee class down onto the track, ready for this video's first test run. And I'm not sure if you noticed recently that a lot of the locos that I've been running have been running very slowly recently. Being that the last EWS Class 56 review, that was running very slowly, I thought to myself, this can't be right. Anyway, I've discovered the problem. The controller I was using just seemed to have a bit of a fault with it. So I've used it on one of the inside tracks. It seems to be fine now. So I've used a different controller. Well, that's that same model, but just another version of it. And everything seems to be fine now. So I'm happy I've got that sorted. But for now, back into this video. Let's test this logo for the first time in this video. So let's go. So this should be going forward, I think. But we'll have to just have to wait and see. Got power and yep. Going forward. Now, it might seem a bit slow to begin with, but I have noticed that it does run quite slowly at first when you first start it up. And when I was first running, I thought, this can't be right. Then all of a sudden it started to speed up a bit and get going, and then it went back to its original speed. So that's fine. Bring it back a bit. It'll get there. But yeah, it's quite a smooth runner, as well as it being quite quiet, I've noticed. So we're starting to speed up now. Yeah, it's quite a smooth running logo. Yeah, it's starting to speed up now. It'll get there. Got a classic sort of older motor smell coming off it. Yeah, it's getting faster now. Obviously, when it runs in a bit more, it'll be all good. But at the moment, that's full speed at the moment, going backwards. Yeah, it's a bit slow. And this is full speed going forward. Yeah, a little bit faster going forward. And what's this slower speeds like? I will get to look a minute just to run in a little bit. So I can bring it in there, and then go forward. See one, this can crawl. Turning up slowly. Interesting. Let me try that again. If I can turn the controller. Try that again. So it's a bit coggy. It's not very consistent by the looks of it. Let's try it again. Maybe the performance of it will get better as I run it in a bit more, which is what I'll do. It seems to be running a bit faster now. Oh yeah, that's running faster now, look at that. It's getting into the flow now. Yeah, much better. Right, I'll run this in a little bit more, and then I'll come back to you. Just so I can get the full flow of it. So going that way first, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so that's the running incomplete, and the loco is better now. Yeah, just to get going a bit to start off with, but at the moment it is a good running loco. It sort of always was, but just run it in. I think it's just a case of when I bought the loco, had been running for a while, so yeah. But now that I've got it running a bit more, it will be fine. So yeah, there we go. It's much better now. At full power, right? Yeah, definitely a lot faster. Let's have a look. Another direction. Full power there. That's this is coming through by 50%. Yeah, that's moderate. Let's see how all the slow speeds have changed. Let's tell the power. Maybe it's a little bit better. It's not as a bit more consistent this time. Yeah, it's a bit smoother. Yeah, but it still struggles to do at a slow speed. It sort of just wants to go. But yeah, so at the moment it's yeah, the high speeds are good. They're quite nice and smooth. The sound of it not too bad. It's actually quite quiet for being a mainline loco. About to say Lima there. But the slower speeds do let it down a little bit. But I mean, what do you expect with being a mainline loco, which was 1990s sort of thing, sort of time? Yeah. But anyway, as you can think of previous videos, the loco is currently facing the wrong direction for the train it will be pulling in a running session. So if you'll excuse me for a second whilst I flip the loco around, like so. So there we go. And now it's time for me to reverse the locomotive up to its running stock that it will be hauling today, which is a bit of a odd consist, but you'll see in a moment. Only because this is the only coaches that I could fit this loco, plus a couple that, plus two others that that look to be quite that sort of go with the train itself. But yeah, it was what I could already fit with it. But for now, let's reverse the loco up to this train. And nothing smooth. Here comes the loco. Oh, that's a bit too slow there. There we go. Oh, right. Oh, that's quite a climb over the coaches there. I do apologise about the sunlight coming in. Unfortunately, because my window does not have a blind, it means that all the sunlight is coming through. I do apologise if you can't actually see what's actually going on. But yeah, if you can actually see, there's the Jubilee with some LMS coaches, two plus two Mark 1s. Two Mark 1s are the uncustom ones, as I thought they're actually not too bad looking. And also with the fact that the LMS Jubilee does have maroon and yellow lining, I thought it's not too bad. It actually goes quite well, actually. But anyway, it is time for the my personal favourite part of the video where the trains run. So, without further ado, let's get it going with the 2 LMS coaches and 2 Mark 1s. So, off we go. And so on the middle line, I have another Scania locomotive, and that is this the Princess Royal class. This one is 46203 Princess Margaret Rose. I've got some nice Pullmans with it today, as this is really an express locomotive, and Jubilee's not to go right round. So I will wait for that just to go past, just so you can see it, and then I will get the locomotives to go past to go. And here it comes. Yeah, lovely. And there it goes. So let's get Princess Margaret Rose going. And so on the third line, I am running a locomotive that I know a lot of you don't like that much because it's so noisy. But hopefully today it won't be as noisy, because I've discovered that on the newer controllers it doesn't do it as much on the slower speeds. So hopefully it won't annoy you too much. But anyway, it is the LMS Patriot class, number 5533, Lord Rathmore. So without further ado, let's get it going. And I've got a nice LMS freight train with it today. Should be this one. No, wrong one. There we are. Yeah, the noise is still there. And the last locomotive that I'm running today is something which you probably wouldn't have thought of running, but it's the Great Western Railway Castle class. And funny enough, I learned that the boiler of the Jubilee class is more or less the same design as the Jubilee class. Well, the Jubilee is the same as the Castle class, because Scania used to work at Great Western before we went over to LMS. So I just thought I got to run this locomotive today. So without much further ado, I'll just screen over the paper goes past the LMS freight train. Let's get the Great Western Railway Castle class, number 493 Cluster Castle going. And there goes the end in the background there. And I've got some nice Great Western Railway coaches with it today.
Well then, after a fantastic rowing session, the Jubilee has performed very well, and yeah, we've all run. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can hear me properly or not, but the Screaming Patriot is screaming quite loud now. But here's what it is. Here comes the Patriot Jubilee. Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed this rowing session with 3 tender LMS locomotives with 1 Great Western Railway steam engine. Yes, and obviously, if you want to, put down in the comments what your favourite engine you've seen today, and if you want to put any thoughts down of the Jubilee class that I was reviewing today. But yes. But anyway, that's all I've got time for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe to keep the channel going. And keep an eye out for more content coming soon. But for now, I'll just see you next time for some more videos. Goodbye everyone.